So the next one is going to be the last keynote before we join for the lunch break. And we're going to talk about the unlocking the power of platform business models. So they're transforming the industries right now, and they're actually fastly growing. So today we're going to explore how to actually build one, how to make it grow and scale your business to the rocket. And we're going to have an incredible speaker, Matthias, the co-founder at fastbreak.one, to share his story and to share his knowledge with us. Let's welcome him on a stage. Big round of applause.
Yes, thank you for the chance to be here and to give you some insights about the platform business model. My name is Matthias Hertel. I'm a serial founder from Germany. So I started my first company in 1997, so it's nearly 30 years that I can look back to the different business models here. And I had the honor to work in the platform area in the last 5 years together with fastbreak.one, a small venture studio from Germany. And we helped a lot of startups and also the big companies, so the big corporates, to build platform businesses. And I learned a lot during this time. And so I want to share some insights or some learnings with you to help you to develop your platform business. So I left some room for questions, so I hope you have some good one here. Yeah, so let's start with the problem. I brought to you some typical platform companies. Does anyone see the problem in this slide? Yeah, I can help. On the left side, I put the European business platform companies. They are small one. And on the right side, I put the other world's startups, and they are the big ones. And we know there's a lot of platform potential here in Europe, but I think we do not use it. So that's why I'm here to give you some insights to help you to develop more platform business, and I would be proud to have in the next year some more logos on the left side from the European companies. So I hope you will start a good and great business around platform companies. Yes, that's why I brought 3 learnings and want to explain how they can help to make your platform business more effective. So the first thing is you should be aware about the dependence of platforms and ecosystems. You know, ecosystems are cool and everyone is talking about ecosystems, and if you want to create a platform, you really should understand what this platform means for an ecosystem. So let's start with this slide. I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this. It just says how quick a new thing can be adopted in the industrial economy as a product, as a service, and how fast it can be adopted in the new digital ecosystem world. And most of the people read it like this: I want my business to be fast adopted. So that's why I create a platform building an ecosystem. That's totally wrong. You have to read it the other way around. If you want to have an ecosystem and the platform driving an ecosystem, you have to penetrate the market very fast. So if you are an investor and you have a business concept on your table, check the sales and marketing for a platform concept. So because you have to do a lot of sales to penetrate the markets quite fast, to build an ecosystem and to build a platform that works here. Why that? You know, the winner takes it all effect. And in the platform business, always the one company that has the biggest platform will survive the ecosystem challenge. So that's why you really have to make sure that you can grow quite fast. How to find the right place for your platform business. I thought you should think in ecosystems. So if you are an insurance company, don't think about insurance. So many of the big corporates already learned that they do not should think in industries. They should think in ecosystems. And there are a lot of ecosystem maps out there. So this is one from McKinsey here. And if you are an insurance company, just pick the right ecosystem if you want to do something there. And then think from the customer perspective inside this ecosystem. So of course, these ecosystems are huge, so there is platform potential for a lot of ideas in each ecosystem. And if you want to find the right place for your platform, then you should consider three questions. The first thing is, in this ecosystem where you want to go, is there a fragmented stakeholder structure? So if you have 100 vendors and 1,000 customers, stop it. It won't work. You need really a lot of stakeholders or players that can use your platform. They should be fragmented, so there should be no winner with a big market share or so. And the more fragmented the ecosystem is, the better you can place a platform here. The second thing is there should be intense relations and transactions between the stakeholders in this ecosystem. So if you think about a use case like the annual financial statement or so we have one transaction per year. That's not much. If you think about switching light on and off, you have transactions sometimes a day. That's good. So find an ecosystem where the stakeholders are heavily transacting. And the third point you should looking for is existing inefficiencies. That means you should have an idea how you can make these transactions more efficient. So, and if you found a place with these three property or with these three things, then this is a good place for an ecosystem and to build a platform. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Find the right ecosystem. The second thing I want to share with you is the question of creating value and monetize. And when you have the idea, then the next crucial part is how to earn money with your platform business. To earn something, you have to provide value. How? I'm not sure if you are familiar with the typical value stack for platforms. So I'll give you the model a little bit and can explain. Normally you have three value levels for each platform. So on the top level, you have the engagement level. Engagement is how your stakeholders interact. You can imagine this like a marketplace, so supply side and demand side can be connected to find their offerings, they can transact some things and so on. And some people think that this is a platform. It's not, it's part of a platform, it's a marketplace or so. If you want to release the power of the platform business, you should go deeper to the other value levels so that you can create value that you can monetize. A deeper level for creating value is the data level. Data means when your stakeholders transact in your platform, you get a lot of data and you learn something about them. And you should have an idea what you can do with this data to provide more value for each transaction. This is the level where AI and platform have a good fit. So you can do a lot of things like prediction of something or creating content of something in this level to create more value for your stakeholders of the platform. Yeah, and the third level is the infrastructure level. So this is where the physical world comes in. So if something has to be printed, I've seen printifiers here or so, then at the end you need some devices or so, or some cars to transport things and so on. And if you also can provide an infrastructure level to platforms, then this is even more value that comes from the platform. Yeah, so there are different ways how to start a platform. Most of the companies I've been working with start with the engagement level, and then they go down to the data level and to the infrastructure level. But you can also start in the data level. So if you have some cool AI tech, some insights that you get from data, you can also monetize this in a platform environment. And then you can go up to engagement or go down to infrastructure level to provide more values here. That's the idea of creating value. When you created values, then you should monetize. And there are 4 ways to monetize. The first one is transaction fees. So if consumers and producers are exchanging something, you can get a provision, and that's the way of monetizing it. Second way is to have access fees. So like monthly paying for being part of the platform or have access. Third way is attention fees. You know, YouTube and marketing stuff, you can use this to advertise. And the fourth way is to monetize functions for functional fee, like freemium models. So you have special functions you monetize. Yeah, so what do you think? What's the best way for monetizing a platform? Functional, maybe. Of course, it depends. It turned out that the best way really is the transaction fee. Why that? If you have access fees, then you have a hurdle for growing. Remember the first slide, you have to bring your platform as fast as you can to your customers, and you have to grow like hell. And everything that stops growing, you should eliminate. So you can use an access fee when your platform has entered the market and you have full-blown customer set. Think to Amazon or so, they used Amazon Prime when they had a full access to the market already. So you can bring these components later, but you should start with transaction fees. This is the most easy selling. Attention fees, functional fees could do a little extra money, but they do not provide a big value for you as a platform owner. Yeah, so that's one thing for monetizing. The other thing is more the investor's view. This is how you create value as a platform company from the investor's perspective. You know, there are some typical ways of reading values out of a company. So if you take a balance sheet, you have the first segments, it's the physical value of the assets, it's the financial value, which use do you have on your accounts. And as an investor, of course, you look further and look to the employees and the workforce. So that's the human capital you have in. If you're a consulting company or so, then most of the capital is on this side. Then you have intellectual capital, like IP or software or something like this. And this new type of capital is not widely used. It's the relational capital. This is the one that makes a platform so valuable. And when you are in a startup and you want to show the value, then you should focus on this relational capital to explain to investors how you built this and why it makes your company so valuable. A lot of big companies have this relational capital and they do not monetize it. So if you go to the accounting team in a big corporate, they have invoices which they exchange with thousands of vendors for a lot of years, so they have trusted relationships. They do not use it. So if you're looking for platform potential as a big company, go to your accounting department and you will find a lot of things that you can use here. Yeah, so these were some ideas of how to monetize and create value with platform business. The third thing I want to give you is some ideas to scale. I'm sure you have seen, you all have seen this charts. So with a growing number of participants in the platform, you have an exponentially growing possibilities of transaction. And if you read it this way, I want to grow exponentially, and then I use the platform. Then it's wrong reading. It's the other way around. You as a platform owner have to make sure that every new stakeholder that enters your platform creates some extra benefits. you have to make sure. And this is core of the growth strategy, that you create such benefits for new users. So every morning you should stand up and ask yourself, how can I create more benefits from each new user entering the platform? So, and if you can answer this, then this helps you grow in a way to be the first in the market. Yeah, so the last slide to explain a little bit the scaling problem. You know, you have these network effects. There are two types. There's cross-site effects. That means you have different type of stakeholders, and they create more value for each other, and you have the same side effect. So when you have more stakeholders from the same type. And one idea you should really have in mind is how to convert stakeholders from one group to another. So the cross-site effects are really crucial here. So, you know, eBay as an example, most of the people start as a buyer in eBay, and somehow they converted to sellers. So, and that's why, this is the way how you create more benefits and more scaling for each user of your platform. And from my point of view, this is the way that makes the platform really successful. If you find a way to change the type of the stakeholders so that they use more parts of the platform. Yeah. Short summarize, you want to unlock your platform business, keep in mind the three things: select the right ecosystem, create value, and then create benefits to grow. Yeah, so this is the best practice that I can offer you from my last years with the platform business. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Matthias. So, I have a quick question to you. How would you say do the platform business models and platforms have to balance out the interests of different stakeholders, like users, partners, producers, as well as advertisers? How to make sure that it's all works out?
You want to make sure that this all works out. Yeah.
Hopefully, you know.
Hopefully. I said I'm coming from a small studio. It's called fastbreak.one, and we developed a methodology. It's called the Platform Innovation Kit. I heard some party of the people knew that, and we started to develop this methodology 10 years before. And now it's spread worldwide, and it's used heavily to plan this type of business. And so if you like to design your business a little bit more in a structured way, you can use the Platform Innovation Kit. Can be downloaded, and it's a sort of canvases you can use to structure all this, the network effects, the type of stakeholders, the values that they exchange, and so on, just to improve your business concept.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect. Do we have any questions from the audience? Anyone? All right, I think we're all going to just have a lunch and have a bit of a breath at the air. Thank you so much, Matthias. It was really, really great to have you. Thank you.